Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you Spider Slayer's Haul, episode number 294. This is the video series where each and every week I show you guys the books that I picked up at the comic book store, and this time around this video is like a pre-video of what I got at the comic book store, because I don't have my comics yet. But due to time constraints of everything going on with the holidays and work and everything else, I decided to shoot this video to show you what I will pick up at the comic book store. So, first things first, let's see what I got. We're pretending there's a bag. Bag's gone. And now the comics are exposed and they will show up on the screen magically. So the first book that I will be getting this week is... Bam! Action Comics, issue 993. This has to do with a new storyline, as Clark is obviously having to deal with the whole Oz situation and struggles to cope with that true identity and what he went through. So I'm looking forward to where this title has to offer going forward. Alright, so it's Action Comics, issue number 993. Next is, boom, we have All New Wolverine, issue number 28. This is part 4 of the whole Orphans of X storyline, which has been really a cool story, as this has Dawkins in it as well. So this has been a pretty cool book. I love the artwork in it. Tom Taylor's writing is superb. He has so much emotion to his characters. I don't think there's a character that he doesn't write that he doesn't do well. So if you haven't checked out All New Wolverine, you might want to check it out maybe with this storyline, or wait to the next story to check it out. It's really a lot of fun. This comic cover is pretty badass, as you see this blade cutting through Laura's claws, which is pretty awesome. All right, so there you have it. So now, the next book we're going to be talking about is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 792. I'm going to make this the cheesiest video I can possibly do. This is part 2 of Venom Inc. I wasn't a huge fan of the first part of Venom Inc. because I feel like the point of Venom has taken away. It's just like he used to be this really scary, edgy type of villain character, and now we watered him down. Now he has multiple symbiotes all over the place. When you first introduced Carnage, it was cool because it was like an even more, you know, what could you do to top Venom? Well, you brought out Carnage, where the symbiote possessed a serial killer. And that was really cool because you didn't think you could get any darker or creepier than that, and you had Carnage. Now you're getting all these, you know, you had Flash, and then you got Lee Price, and now you got this Venom Inc. thing, you got Venomverse, and then you got this Lee Price thing, and then you got these guys that, you know, takes over Mania's symbiote, and it just, I feel like the symbiote is just overdone, it's watered down. I will still read the series no matter what, but I'll be interesting to see what they do with it. So, Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 792. Alright, the next book we're going to be talking about is Scarlet Spider, issue number 11. That's right, guys. This is the Slinger's Return, part 2. I haven't been a fan of this book either, because I feel like in many ways it's a rehash of Spider-Man 2099. You got the same writer, you got the same artist on it now, and I haven't been a huge fan of these Slingers. I know they're a nostalgia group of characters, but I just don't find them appealing or very interesting. I feel like the story is drawn out. It's kind of lost its direction of where it was supposed to go about saving this girl. Now it's to the point of these Slingers working together. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I will continue to read it. Again, Spider books, they're harder for me to tend to drop because I love everything about the Spider-Man universe. But, you know, for collection reasons. All right, the next book is Cable issue number 152. This is the Newer Mutants chapter 3. It's all about the externals. They are dying. This is a species that's not supposed to die. So we're going to see what if Cable and his group of characters are able to come together and solve this mystery. This book is pretty good, as it has a more depth into it than it did when James Robinson was writing it for that very short time. So we'll see what happens with it. There's an interesting group of characters, his cast of characters in here too, and so we'll see what happens. So that's Cable issue number 152. All right, next book we're going to be talking about is, bam, Daredevil issue 596. That's right. We have, this time around, Kingpin has been elected mayor, and Matt Murdock is given this mission to get cases against all the superpowered humans to take them off the map, so they're not being involved in, being part of, being vigilantes and being involved in normal, everyday superhero activities. It's a legal way of the Kingpin getting rid of the superheroes because he thinks they cause too much problems. So, really interesting story. I can't wait to read the next one, 596 of Daredevil. All right, next book is, I don't have my Green Lantern ring on, so there's my willpower of the comics showing up. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 34, Twilight of the Guardians, part 2. This is this story was okay for me. No, it really wasn't. I can't even say that. This was the one that had these controller people in there. They talked about the Guardians got captured in here. And we talked about, a Lantern, using his willpower and everything in the last issue. It just was a lot of heavy dialogue. I didn't like it that much. I'm going to see if this story arc continues, but I'm not a huge fan of this one. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's skip on to the next one. And I will use my mental psychic abilities to produce Jean Grey issue number 10. That's right. So Jean Grey pops up. Psych Wars part 3. We saw Quentin Quire bring back Jean Grey. Basically, she was motionless, and she comes back, and the Phoenix actually is getting ready to take over Jean Grey. So it looks like they got to somehow stop the Phoenix, or whatever the case may be. Last issue was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Much better than previous issues. It has taken a damn long time to get to this point, but it's finally exciting again. So Jean Grey issue number 10, pick it up. All right, so next we're going to go Hulk Smash, and we're going to get She-Hulk issue number 10 that pops up. And this is Jen Walters Must Die part 2. She's been kidnapped by the leader, and she was kind of like drugged up, so she kind of can't transform. But like, I don't know if this was the leader's wife or this weird professor lady. She winds up wanting to be like the She-Hulk in here. This cover is pretty weird too, because Jen Walters is like, she is like as big as Hulk. She almost looks like a gorilla. She's so big. But this is an interesting plot line. I'm looking forward to this going forward. And the Legacy book had a nice blend of the old sensational She-Hulk and the current She-Hulk involved into it. So it didn't get lost in both. It was a nice blend. I really enjoyed it, and it's good to see the leader back. All right. Next, if you are a classic fan of Jean Grey and the Phoenix, I suggest that you guys check out True Believers, Phoenix Bizarre Adventure issue number 1, only for $1. And then the next one that's going to come out, I think today, is True Believers Phoenix Returns issue number 1. This is a reprinting of Fantastic Four issue number 286. So I suggest you guys check that out. Alright, so the next regular comic that I'm picking up is going to be Weapon X issue number 12. That's right. This is part 1 of the Mutant Genocide news story arc that has nothing to do with Weapon H. So this whole year, we've had to do with, you know, Weapon X and the facility and the new Hulk, Wolverine, and everything else. And now this is the first time we get a different story with our cast of characters here. So it'll be interesting to see if this story continues to be great, or this series continues to be great, or if it just falls off the rails now. So I've really enjoyed this series. Probably one of my best series of the year. In my opinion, I've really had a lot of fun with it. Alright, next is, let me get my visor. If I had special effects, it would be really, really badass. But you gotta use your imagination, because I'm not that cool. Alright, X-Men Blue, issue number 17. Our young X-Men here wound up going time misplaced once again. They figured out that they had to go to to get back into where they came from, so the future or the present wasn't going to be messed up. When they used the time machine that Magneto built for them, they wind up going to the future. And it's in 2099, and who did they run into? The X-Men of 2099, of course. So we'll see where this goes, what Colin Bunn has in order for his characters here. And that's it. And that's what I'm picking up this week. So guys, in the comments below, tell me which books you're going to pick up for the week and which ones you're most excited for and the ones that you're not so excited for. And as always, fans, thank you so much for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. And until that next comic book review, you can check out my group channel, Comic Frontline, and every Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can check out our live show, Frontline Live, where we talk about the comics top 5, comics news, and a whole bunch more, fans. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next comic book review. Bye, guys.